Most gardeners write off August. The spring harvest is winding down, the heat is exhausting, and it feels like the season is basically over. It isn't. There are 12 vegetables you can plant this month that will still give you a full harvest before your first frost. And if you skip this window, you're not just missing a second crop, you're leaving free food on the table that you'll end up buying at full price at the store instead. Here's exactly what to plant, in what order, and how to time it so nothing gets caught by an early cold snap. Welcome back to Thrifty Root Garden. This channel is built around one idea, growing more and spending less. And this video might be the single most valuable one I put out all year for that, because August planting is where most gardeners leave the most money on the table without even realizing it. Every vegetable on this list was chosen for one reason. It has a short enough days to maturity window that planting it in August still gets you a full crop before the season ends, no matter where you're gardening. I'll flag which ones need a little extra attention depending on your climate as we go. Let's get into it. Number 1, bush beans. Bush beans are one of the fastest vegetables you can put in the ground, typically ready in 50 to 55 days. Planted in early August, that puts your harvest in late September, well within reach almost everywhere. They don't need trellising, which makes them a genuinely zero-cost crop if you've still got leftover seed from spring. Keep the soil consistently moist while the seedlings establish, and you'll have a second bean harvest before the season's anywhere close to over. Number 2, bush cucumbers. A compact bush variety planted in early August will size up in about 50 to 60 days. The trick is heat management. Cucumbers planted in peak August heat benefit from light afternoon shade for the first couple of weeks while roots establish. After that, they take off fast. And because they're a vining crop, a handful of seeds can realistically outproduce what you'd spend buying cucumbers at the store for the rest of the season. Number 3, carrots. Carrots are one of the most underrated August crops. A fall carrot crop, planted early to mid-August, actually tastes sweeter. Cooler fall temperatures trigger the plant to convert starches into sugar as a natural frost defense. Directs how these carrots don't transplant well. Keep the top inch of soil consistently damp until germination, which is the single biggest point of failure for carrots at this time of year. Number 4, bush zucchini and summer squash. If your spring squash has slowed down or succumbed to pests, August is your reset button. A second planting sidesteps most of the pest pressure that builds up over a full season, since a lot of squash-specific pests peak in early to mid-summer and decline by the time a fresh planting is establishing. You'll get a cleaner harvest with less intervention than your spring planting needed. Number 5, kale. Kale is about as forgiving as vegetables get, and planting it in August means it'll be maturing right as the weather cools, which is exactly when kale tastes best. Like carrots, a light frost actually improves the flavor. This is a crop you can keep harvesting from for weeks, cutting outer leaves while the plant keeps producing from the center. Number 6, broccoli. Broccoli started from transplants in early August will typically head up in 60 to 70 days, putting your harvest in the cooler part of fall when broccoli genuinely performs better than it does in spring heat. Broccoli bolts flowers prematurely and ruins the harvest when it experiences heat stress, so a fall crop maturing into cooling temperatures tends to be far more reliable than a spring planting fighting rising heat the whole while. Number 7, beets. Beets are a 2-for-1 crop. You get the root, and you get edible greens along the way that can be harvested without stopping the root from developing. Direct sow in August for a harvest roughly 50 to 60 days out. Like carrots, consistent moisture during germination is the make or break factor. A dry spell in the first 2 weeks is the most common reason a beet planting fails. Number 8, radishes. If you want the fastest possible payoff on this list, radishes are it. Some varieties are ready in as little as 25 to 30 days. That means you can succession plant radishes multiple times through August and September, turning one small bed into several harvests before the season ends. They're about as close to a zero-effort crop as vegetable gardening gets. Number 9, lettuce and leafy greens. Lettuce planted in spring often bolts and turns bitter once summer heat sets in. Planted in August instead, it matures right as temperatures drop, which is exactly the growing condition lettuce prefers. A loose-leaf variety lets you harvest outer leaves continuously rather than waiting for a single head, stretching one planting into weeks of salads. Number 10, spinach. Spinach is one of the most cold-tolerant vegetables you can grow, and planting it in late August means it'll be maturing as fall temperatures set in, conditions spinach actually prefers over the heat of summer. It's fast, typically ready in 40 to 45 days, and a light frost late in the season won't damage it at all. Number 11. Peas. A fall pea crop, planted in early to mid-August depending on your first frost date, takes advantage of cooling temperatures the same way peas do in early spring. Peas actually dislike summer heat, so a fall planting often outperforms a spring one in flavor and yield, provided you get the timing right relative to your first frost. Number 12. Turnips. Turnips are fast, forgiving, and genuinely undervalued, ready in around 50 to 60 days. And like beets, they give you both a root harvest and edible greens along the way. Direct sow in August, keep the soil consistently moist through germination, and you'll have a crop that handles a light frost without any trouble at all. If you're getting value out of this, take 30 seconds and subscribe. I put out a new video like this every week, and if you're trying to get more out of your garden without spending more money, that's exactly what this channel is built around. Drop a comment below and tell me your growing zone. It genuinely changes which of these 12 still have time to mature before your first frost, and I read every comment. Quick recap: bush beans, bush cucumbers, carrots, zucchini and summer squash, kale, broccoli, beets, radishes, lettuce and leafy greens, spinach, peas and turnips. Every one of these has a short enough days to maturity window to give you a real harvest before the season ends, and most of them can be grown from seed you may already have left over from spring, which means this entire second harvest can cost you close to nothing. That's it for this one. If this saved you from wasting the rest of your growing season, hit like. It's the single biggest thing that helps this channel reach more people trying to garden on a real budget. And if you want to know exactly what to plant next month too, subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next one.